What's on YouTube? It's PTT. Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today, guys, I wanted to kind of take a step back and look at what to me are the 5 biggest changes from Destiny 1 going forward into Destiny 2. So yeah, that's what we're going to cover in this video. I hope you like it. If you do, drop a thumbs up. But without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So for me, guys, in the very first top slot, the biggest change from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 for me is guided games. This is the basically live matchmaking that is going to be happening for near enough all activities in Destiny 2. Guided games is a way to bring more people together and allow more people to do certain activities. Obviously, one of the things that Bungie have been very big about talking about when it comes to guided games is the raids. They know that a lot of people didn't take part in a raid for various different reasons. Obviously, one reason is there is no matchmaking in raids or such activities like Nightfalls, and they wanted to change that in Destiny 2 and kind of bring a bit more of a community feel to it. Hence, we get guided games. Guided games is a way that clans can basically open themselves up to help other people in the community out. They can say, hey, we're going to go and do a raid. We've got 5 people. We want to bring someone else along and teach them the way. Maybe someone that's never done a raid before, or someone that doesn't, is not part of a clan or doesn't have a lot of friends to do these things with. That is what guided games is for. On the other hand of guided games, you have the seeker mode where you can say, look, I am a solo player wanting to run a raid or a nightfall. I need to find people. Rather than having to go to like third-party apps and LFG sites, you will be able to use guided games. I personally think that it is a brilliant initiative that is going to help an awful lot of the community do things that they just genuinely weren't able to do in Destiny 1. Like I said, raids, nightfalls, activities like that. It's going to be really, really cool to see a lot more people being able to take part in those activities that they maybe never have done. I have a lot of friends personally that have played Destiny 1 since day 1 but never taken part in a raid, and that to me personally is like super crazy. Like, to me the pinnacle of Destiny is the raid activities, the nightfalls and Prison of Elders, that end game PvE environment. It is all what I am about. That is the kind of pinnacle of the game for me, and to find out that so many people haven't taken part in it, that to me is like super sad. But I hope that guided games, when we get Destiny 2 ship in September, is actually going to be everything we hope it is going to be. It is going to work correctly, and it is going to be something that benefits the entire community. So yeah, that is my number 1 biggest top change coming in Destiny 2. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How do you feel personally about guided games? Next up, let's go to number 2. Again, I think this is a pretty damn big change. You will all agree with me, and that is the weapon system. So currently in Destiny 1, we have primary, special, and heavy weapons. In Destiny 2, we're going to have kinetic, energy, and power weapons. Now, these aren't just your normal word changes. They're actually changing the way these slots and classes work. Point and case. Shotguns and sniper rifles currently in Destiny 1 are a special weapon. In Destiny 2, these are going to be considered power weapons, and they are going to use power ammo, which is what we know as heavy ammo if you are a Destiny 1 player. So some really, really big changes coming to the weapon system in Destiny 2. But to me, I actually think it is a pretty good change. It definitely forces people to use their primary an awful lot more in a PvP environment. In a PvE environment, it does actually help you build a little bit more of your character. Let me try and explain this a little bit more. How do I see this? Because I'm losing my chain of thought. Wait. In your primary, you may have a hand cannon or an SMG equipped, maybe a sidearm. This gives you a very close quarters weapon. In your secondary slot, that would be the energy slot, you could have something like a pulse rifle, or a scout rifle, an auto rifle, something that can deal damage to medium to longer ranges. You don't have that in Destiny 1, okay? You have to pick your primary weapon and then your special weapon. 9 times out of 10, if you're in a PvE activity, will be something like a sniper. possibly a fusion rifle if you're a fan of the fusion rifles, but me personally, it is always a sniper, and then, you know, you have your rocket launchers and things in your heavy slot. Destiny 2 is going to change up so much with the weapon system that I personally am looking forward to it. I loved it in the beta. I think PvP felt very smooth because of it. I think PvE may have suffered a little bit, but I think when we all get used to the changes and work around them, that we will all be perfectly happy with them and probably won't even notice after a short amount of time that they've actually changed the thing. So yeah, again guys, just like the guided games, I would love to know your thoughts and impressions on the weapon system changes coming in Destiny 2. Next up then, I think a very big change we need to talk about is the subclass changes currently in Destiny 1. We have our subclasses. They are very customizable. You can change a lot of perks, a lot of talents, you know. You can spec for PvE, for PvP, you can spec for assault mode, you can spec for support mode and things like that. I just think that the subclasses in Destiny 1 are kind of really, really good. Yes, they need a few balances, there are a few issues, but the bottom line is they are very good in the way they are done because they are customizable. In Destiny 2, they are opting for this is your tree, or this is your tree. There are 4, you know, kind of perks that are active for that tree. You have to pick one of the 2 trees and you get those 4 perks active, and that is it. The reason I'm not overly keen on this change, guys, is, you know, say I want to run 2 of the talents out of one tree but 2 of the talents out of the second tree. I just can't do that. And to me, that's not a very good move, okay? It's taken away some of the customizable loadouts that people put together for PvE. It changes out some of the ways you might play in PvP. I understand they did want to change things up, and this of course has done that, but you know, taking away the ability to customize my subclass, that is something I personally am not a fan of. But it is a change that is coming. We're going to have to get used to it. We're going to have to deal with it. As of the last 2 points, guys, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below about these changes to subclass. Next then, let's talk about what is probably the biggest change for Destiny 2, even though it's not at the top of my list, and that is the Crucible fire team sizes. Okay, we all know that currently we have things like 6v6 in Destiny 1, but we also have game modes like Rumble that are, you know, 1-on-1 or 1-on-6. You know, there's 6 of you in there, but it's free-for-all mode. That is changing in Destiny 2. Destiny 2, all game modes are going to be 4v4. Your normal control, your competitive multiplayer, even Trials of the 9, which we believe, and it's still speculated, but we believe that is going to be the replacement for Trials of Osiris. All of these activities are going to be 4v4. What that means, sadly, is that you're not going to be able to jump from PvE activities into PvP activities as easily, because if you're in PvP and you want to go to PvE, then your fire team is screwed. You've got to drop somebody, okay? In Destiny 1, you were, say, a 6-man team, you would split off into 2 teams of 3, or you're a 3-man team, you just hopped out the Crucible, hopped into a bit of PvE. Not going to be as easy going forward in the Crucible with Destiny 2. Personally, I'm actually a bit of a fan of the 4v4 changes. I like the way the game plays now. It feels a lot smoother. I definitely enjoyed PvP a lot more in Destiny 2 than Destiny 1. Whether that is as much to do with less people running around and it being a lot less more like headless chickens running about, and it's a little bit more kind of focused and team-based, or whether it was the way the weapons have changed and they're actually primary firefights now, and you know, not as much of an ability spam, I don't know. But I definitely like PvP a lot more in Destiny 2 than I ever did in Destiny 1, so it's a bonus. But again, guys, just like the rest of the points, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about the Crucible fire team sizes in Destiny 2? Should they have kept 6v6? Do you like the 4v4 changes, or do you think we should definitely have the free-for-all Rumble game mode coming back? Guys, let me know everything down below. Finally, I want to end on what is, without a doubt, the biggest thing to be added into Destiny 2, and that is the amount of content, okay? If you look at the amount of content we have in Destiny 1, I'm talking missions and PvE activities, we have a little over 40 of them. That includes all the story missions, that includes things like the Court of Oryx, the Prison of Elders, Challenge of Elders, and things like that. There's a little over 40 different activities to do. Destiny 2 at launch will have over 80 PvE missions and activities. That is more. In fact, that is double, near enough, what we had for 3 years in Destiny 1, and it's going to be available to us at launch. That's insane. That is an awful lot of content to play through. Like, when Bungie turn around and make quotes like, "We have brought an end to the drought of content." There will never be a drought of content in Destiny 2 because there is always going to be something to do. There's going to be plenty of activities. We're going to add to it constantly, new DLCs, etc, etc, etc. I honestly think that they're right. You know, I thought originally it was a pretty bold statement to make, but with the leaks from, you know, different magazines and articles and conversations and meetings and everything else that have gone on with Bungie devs and things like that, I genuinely believe that they are going to be able to stick to their word and prove us all wrong and say, yes, we have done this, we are doing this, and it actually be true. Like, I am just so excited to get my hands on Destiny 2 and experience everything that the PvE world has to offer. But yeah, guys, you know, this is my opinion. To me, they are the biggest 5 changes coming in Destiny 2 from Destiny 1. Guided games, weapon systems, subclasses, crucible sizes, and the amount of content. But, as always, as I've always said, guys, this is not just me giving you information, it is a discussion, so please let me know your thoughts and comments in the section down below about all of these things. I would love to know if you guys agree with me, and, you know, any different kind of thought lines you have, then I definitely want to know about it and have a chat about it down below. But yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up there. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, drop a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. But for now, Guardians, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I'll catch you all soon.